The aroma of freshly fried food filled the air as Keanu Reeves stepped into a small fast food restaurant. Dressed in his usual casual attire, worn-out jeans and a simple black t-shirt, he went unnoticed by most of the customers. He wasn't there for attention. He just wanted a quick meal after a long day. As he waited in line, he noticed a young cashier, maybe in her early 20s, struggling to keep up with a demanding customer. The woman standing at the counter was dressed in designer clothes, her fingers flashing with expensive rings. Her voice was sharp, laced with irritation. "This is ridiculous," she scoffed. "You people can't even get a simple order right." The cashier, clearly flustered, apologized. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll fix it right away." But the woman wasn't interested in an apology. She leaned closer, her voice dripping with cruelty. "No wonder you work here. Probably didn't finish school, did you?" The cashier's face turned red, but she didn't respond. She simply nodded and hurried to correct the order. The wealthy woman wasn't done. She turned to the customers behind her, laughing. "Honestly, it's sad. Imagine being this broke." People in the line exchanged awkward glances, uncomfortable but silent. That's when Keanu stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "You know, kindness doesn't cost anything." The woman turned sharply, sizing him up. "And who are you to lecture me?" she snapped. Keanu gave a small smile. "Just someone who believes in treating people with respect." The woman let out a mocking laugh. "Respect? For someone flipping burgers?" "Please." The tension in the restaurant thickened. Other customers started paying attention, sensing something was about to unfold. Keanu didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. His words carried weight. "You think having money makes you better than her?" he asked, nodding toward the cashier, who was doing her best to hold back tears. The woman rolled her eyes. "It's just reality. People like her work for people like me." Keanu's expression didn't change, but his eyes darkened slightly. "Reality?" he repeated. "Let me tell you about reality. Reality is that hard work deserves respect, no matter the job. Reality is that money doesn't measure a person's worth." The woman scoffed. "Oh, please! You wouldn't understand what it's like to be successful." That made a few people chuckle quietly. She clearly had no idea who she was talking to. Keanu leaned slightly toward her, his voice still calm but firm. "Success isn't about money, it's about character. And right now, yours isn't looking too great." The woman's face twisted in anger. "Oh, and I suppose you're some kind of life coach now?" Keanu smiled. "Number just someone who doesn't tolerate bullies." The restaurant was completely silent now. Even the kitchen staff had paused, watching the confrontation unfold. The woman's confidence wavered. She glanced around and realized that no one was on her side. A few customers nodded in agreement with Keanu's words. Even the restaurant manager had stepped forward, his arms crossed, watching her with disapproval. She huffed, flipping her expensive purse over her shoulder. "Whatever, I don't have time for this." She turned toward the cashier, sneering. "Enjoy your sad little life." Before she could storm off, Keanu spoke again, his voice carrying authority. "Actually, you might want to wait a second." The woman froze, half turning. "Why?" Keanu reached into his pocket, pulled out his wallet, and placed a thick bundle of cash on the counter. The cashier gasped. The entire restaurant watched in shock. "This is for you," Keanu said, looking at the young worker. "Not because I think you need charity, but because I respect how hard you work." The cashier's eyes welled with tears. I can't accept this." Keanu shook his head. "Yes, you can. Use it however you want. Education, savings, a well-earned vacation. You deserve it." The woman's mouth dropped open. She looked between Keanu and the money, stunned. You're just giving away thousands of dollars?" Keanu shrugged. "Why not? It's not about the money. It's about what you do with it." The woman's arrogance cracked completely. She had spent the last few minutes bragging about wealth, but here was this man, someone she had mocked, giving away money like it meant nothing. But it wasn't just about the money, it was the lesson. She had humiliated a hard-working girl, and now she was the one looking small. A customer whispered, "Wait, isn't that Keanu Reeves?" The recognition spread like wildfire. Someone pulled out their phone recording. The woman turned pale. The man she had insulted wasn't just some random guy. He was one of the most beloved actors in the world, and she had made a complete fool of herself. The reality of the moment sank in, and for the first time, she looked genuinely embarrassed. I, she stammered, searching for words, but there was nothing to say. Without another word, she grabbed her overpriced purse and